Title: The Room That Wasn't There. Part 1. The Haunting Echoes, 900 words. Emily couldn't shake the feeling that the house was trying to tell her something. The discovery of the hidden room had rattled her, and the whispers she had heard the night before still echoed in her mind. She convinced herself it was exhaustion, a trick of an overactive imagination fueled by too many late nights spent unpacking. Determined to get some answers, she carefully examined the old letters. Most were too faded to read, but one thing was clear. The name Margaret appeared repeatedly. The same name as her mother. How could this be? She decided to dig deeper. The town's historical records might hold some clue. But as she stepped out of the hidden room, the door suddenly slammed shut behind her. A gust of icy wind rushed past, sending a shiver down her spine. Was she alone in this house? Part 2. Shadows of the Past, 1300 words. Emily spent the next day researching the house's history at the local library. What she found sent chills through her. The house had once belonged to a man named Victor Langley, a reclusive scholar who vanished without a trace decades ago. Rumors swirled around his disappearance. Some believed he had gone mad. Others whispered that something inside the house had taken him. Among the records, she found a faded photograph. Her mother stood in front of the house, a young woman with a familiar haunted look in her eyes. Emily's breath caught. Her mother had been here before. When she returned home, the hidden room was no longer there. The wall was solid once more. Had she imagined everything? Part 3. The Room Returns, 1800 words. Doubt gnawed at Emily, but she refused to ignore the truth. That night, she heard the whispers again, clearer this time. She followed the sound through the house, her hands trembling. As she turned the corner of the hallway, the door reappeared, slightly ajar, an invitation or a warning. Stepping inside, the air grew thick with an invisible presence. The letters had multiplied, scattered across the desk, as if someone had desperately tried to reach her. The mirror above the dresser was no longer dusty. Instead, it reflected not her own face, but that of a woman she did not recognize. Then, she heard it. Soft, deliberate footsteps approaching from behind. Part 4. The House Remembers, 2200 words. Emily spun around, heart hammering, but the room was empty. The whispers grew louder, forming words she could finally understand. Find him. End this. The house was not just haunted, it was waiting. Driven by fear and determination, Emily searched the room for more clues. She found a hidden compartment in the dresser. Inside, a journal belonging to Victor Langley detailed his descent into madness, his obsession with trapping someone, inside the house. He wrote of a debt unpaid and a soul unfinished. And then, she found her mother's name in the final entry. Margaret, I failed you. He's still here. The house will never let you leave. Emily felt a cold breath on her neck. She turned to see the mirror shatter on its own, revealing a dark void behind it. Something stirred within. Part 5. The Final Reckoning, 2200 words. The whispers turned into screams. Emily knew she had to make a choice. Run and leave the truth buried, or face whatever lay beyond the broken mirror. With trembling steps, she reached inside, her fingers brushing against something solid. A cold hand grabbed hers. A figure emerged, Victor Langley himself, or what was left of him. A shadow of a man trapped in the void, begging for release. But he was not alone. Something else lurked behind him. Something ancient and furious. Emily realized what she had to do. She grabbed the letters, the journal, anything that held the past's energy, and set them ablaze. The fire roared, the room shaking violently as an inhuman shriek filled the house. Then, silence. The house exhaled, its heavy presence lifting. The door to the hidden room was gone, the space now just an ordinary wall. Emily stepped outside, breathing in the crisp air. She had broken the cycle. The house was hers now, truly hers. Or so she thought. As she walked away, a whisper floated through the empty hallways. Welcome home, Emily.